are the 2020 HVR Awards. Now, please welcome your host, Ian Moore.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first ever live-streamed HVR Awards. This is the future. This is the new normal. We're all virtual these days, in a bit like we had virtual homeschooling in terms of nobody did virtually any homeschooling at all. We all started off with a level of enthusiasm and industry, and we had timetables, and we get the kids up and we'd start a bit of work. And then after 2 or 3 weeks, basically, we just teach them how to mix a gin and tonic for lunch. That's there was nothing beyond that. But and over here, it's been very different. The government have sent everybody here in France a social distancing tool, a very sophisticated piece of equipment. You may have seen one of these before. Very handy if you're in a queue and anybody gets too close. If it's a particularly old baguette, you just beat them to death with it. It's very useful. So, like I say, this is the new normal. We're all used to working on the internet. Obviously, there'd be people on here whose lives had changed because of the internet. You may have met your partner on a dating website, for instance, which is a wonderful thing. There should be no stigma attached to that. I met my wife on a dating website. It was it was awkward, frankly. We'd been married 6 years. Neither of us should have been there. The problem I have with all the internet stuff, and I think this has been highlighted during this period of madness, is the mental health side of things. And I've got one, what I think is a really good tip for taking care of your mental health, and that is stay off social media. Basically, there's far too many opinions flying around all over the place. And the internet soaks up opinions. It constantly wants your opinion. That's how it survives. And believe me, you don't want my opinion on anything. I've put petrol in a diesel car 4 times, for heaven's sakes. You don't want my opinion. I faked my own suicide to avoid my niece's nativity play. You really don't need my views on anything. I once spent an hour and a half waiting for my wife in the lingerie department of Marks and Spencer's, knowing full well she was next door in Superdrug. So really, you really don't want my opinion on any given subject. The only opinion that matters, really, are those of the judges this afternoon for the HVR Awards 2020. Those are the opinions that count, and they'll let us know who the winners and perhaps the highly commended are. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get underway with the ceremony, it's over to headline sponsor BISA's president, Neil Brackenridge, to say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2020 HVR Awards. Last year we celebrated the first decade as popular and prestigious event. A year later, the world has changed, and we find ourselves in completely uncharted territory as we assemble online. In strange, difficult times like these, bringing people together is more important than ever. So I'd like to congratulate the awards team for pulling out all the stops to make sure this event could take place, albeit virtually. The fact that we continue to celebrate innovation and excellence and showcase the very best of our industry under these circumstances is a wonderful morale booster for us all. And everyone at BISA is delighted that we continue to be the headline sponsor, as we have been since the very start of these awards 11 years ago. The HVR Awards recognise and reward companies who develop outstanding technology and deliver superb projects, and those who demonstrate excellent customer service. They also champion individuals who demonstrate exceptional commitment and endeavour. Aiming for excellence should always be our priority, whatever the prevailing social and economic situation. So thank you, HVR Awards, and everyone who took the trouble to enter for continuing to celebrate the very best our industry has to offer. The need to continue raising technical standards, improving comfort, and reducing carbon emissions will be even more pressing as we emerge from this crisis. However, we do have something to thank the pandemic for. It has brought welcome attention to the issue of indoor air quality and the need for well-designed and maintained air conditioning and ventilation to safeguard the health and well-being of people inside buildings. BISA's ongoing campaign to turn both commercial and residential buildings into safe havens from outdoor pollution and indoor contamination never seemed more timely, and we are redoubling our efforts in that area. It has now been widely acknowledged that you cannot have essential services without well-managed building services to support them. So our industry must continue to improve its worth in the months to come. At BISA, that means giving our members technical and business support, along with the ability to prove their professional competence and compliance. This will also help us to adapt to recommendations of the Hackett Review. That was a major shake-up, the whole industry has now led to the proposed Building Safety Bill, the biggest shake of our health and safety in our industry for 40 years. However, I have no doubt that our sector will rise to all the challenges we face because of our ability to innovate and embrace new thinking. In other words, exactly what we're celebrating here tonight. And we would not be able to celebrate without the help of all of our sponsors, including those supporting the separate categories whose names are now appearing. Please give them a huge round of virtual applause. Judging awards takes a significant amount of time and effort, and a real depth of knowledge. But I'd also like to sincerely thank our panel of judges, whose names are also now appearing in lights. Please join me again in thanking them too. But ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of HV Review and your headline sponsor BESA, thank you all for being here to support this evening's event and to celebrate the best in our sector. Congratulations to all those who have been shortlisted for awards, and thank you to everyone who took the trouble to enter. Hope you have a wonderful evening, wherever you are in the world, and thank you for dialing in and not dropping out.
Thank you, Neil. It's almost time for the ceremony, but before we do, I'd like to hand you over to Heating and Ventilating Reviews editor, Heather Ramsden.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the HVR Awards 2020, held for the first time in a digital format. The HVR Awards celebrate innovation, excellence, achievement, and hard work from across the heating and ventilating industry. It offers entrants the chance to win the coveted Flame Trophy and gives the winners a stamp of approval, which sets them apart from their competitors, enhances their profile, and puts them in pole position when it comes to seeking new job opportunities. Recognising this, many HVAC businesses entered this year's scheme, and it's now time for the judges' final decisions to be announced. This time we're not able to bring you all together safely in one room to celebrate. So to honour all of your hard work, we're holding the first ever virtual HVR Awards, and I'm delighted to welcome everyone who's joining us today. Digital events also take some organising, and we are very grateful for the support in staging this event. For all your efforts in ensuring the rightful winners are chosen, thank you to our judges, Ross Anderson, Martin Cooper, Duncan Sibbald, Lisa Jane Cook, Stuart Clements, and TJ Duncan Moyer. Of course, I'd also like to thank our sponsors, as without their help, we would not be able to turn this virtual event into a reality. They are Baxi Heating, SBS, NADIC, Stelrad, and of course our headline sponsor, BESA. And so now it's time for the main event. So thank you all for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the ceremony.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. There are 11 awards up for grabs today, and in a number of categories, the judges have awarded a winner and a highly commended. If you're lucky enough to win today, your trophy should be with you in the post shortly, so please keep an eye out for that. And also be sure to send us pictures of you and your team celebrating your achievements. We'll also be running the social walk throughout the ceremony, so join in by sharing again your celebrations and congratulations on Twitter using the hashtag HVRAwards20. But to help me reveal the winners today, we've got a voice you might just recognise as the voice of the Bulls and Strictly Come Dancing too. It's none other than the National Lottery's Alan Dedicoat, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks, Ian, and good luck to all the finalists.
So let's not wait any longer. It's time to get underway with the ceremony itself. Good luck, best of luck to all of you in the running. And with our first award today, it's the Commercial Industrial Heating Product of the Year, and this is sponsored by Stelrad. Alan, who are the nominees in this category?
Ian, the finalists in this category are Cavalier Electric Water Heaters from Lochinvar, Evo Max 2 from Ideal Heating, Geberit Mepler from Geberit, Packaged E-Hot Water System from Adveco, and Celix from SWEP.
We have a highly commended accolade in this category, which goes to Geberit for the Geberit Mepler. Congratulations to them. But to reveal the winner, it's over to sponsor Stelrad's Marketing Communications Manager, Sarah Baker.
Thanks, Ian. The winner is Evo Max 2 from Ideal Heating.
judges praised the Evo Max 2 for being a product engineered to be highly efficient with very low emissions, which can operate at a wide range of temperatures and has been designed for ease of maintenance.
Up next we have the award for Domestic Product of the Year.